to basically become successful, you need to, like, hard work is just 25% of the equation, right? So if you are thinking that you are grinding every day and you are working for 12 hours, that would make you successful, I think that is wrong. Because right now in our company, जैसे मैं अगर एक की बात करूँ, then I to work all day long, like there's no timing, but yeah, I work for around 8-10 hours. Comes 4 P's of success. Now, one Sunday call, we had a session in which we were talking about consciousness. Ab dekho, success is nothing but you as a person, from a smaller person to getting to become a bigger person, right? That's all success is. Now, if you become a better version of yourself, you'll have the money, you'll have the relationships, you'll have the connections, you'll have everything that you always wanted, which you basically term as success, right? So success is nothing but transformation, right? From yourself, your current situation, to a person who is basically better than the current version you are having right now, correct? So let's say earlier you didn't know how to get clients, you joined ICE, you became a better person who now knows how to get clients organically. So that is a better version of yourself. So is the person more successful or less successful? The person is more successful because that person became a better version of themselves, right? So that is success. Success is nothing but the transformation that you see in daily lives, which is current situation to desired situation. And that transformation, the thing that is backed is consciousness. That means the first step towards transformation is consciousness. Now, what is consciousness? The technical definition, you can Google it out. But if you want to have the normal definition, what you say in day-to-day language, what is the definition of consciousness? It's awareness. That means how aware you are towards the surroundings, towards the environment, towards everything which is happening right now in your life. So this is awareness. Very good. Right. So that means if you are more aware about the things, you will be able to get clients. So there's person A who is basically saying that, who doesn't even know that I want to get clients or I want to grow my business or मुझे business भी करना है कि नहीं. And there is one person who is conscious that, yeah, I have a business. I've started it to help people. I want to get clients. I want to market my things. Who will win according to you? Person A or person B? Obviously person B, because the person B is more aware about the situation that he is in right now and what he wants to get out of that situation. If he is not even aware, how can you think that the person would ever evolve or transform, right? Because he is not even aware. So that is basically awareness. HEXAGO. I tell you one thing which will blow off your minds, okay? अब पॉइंट ये है कि कॉन्शियसनेस को मैप कैसे करें. दैट मीन्स लाइक हाउ टू लिटरली कैलकुलेट दिस कि 100 में से मुझे कितने नंबर मिले या 200 में से मुझे कितने नंबर मिले. लाइक हाउ कॉन्शियस आई एम, हाउ कैन आई नो दैट, राइट? डू यू एवर गेट दिस क्वेश्चन? Yeah, I understand consciousness, but I'm not aware about what I'm not aware, correct? You don't know what you don't know. So like, इसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे? लाइक हाउ आई कैन स्केल माई सेल्फ कि मेरी कॉन्शियसनेस बढ़ी कि कम हुई, या फिर मुझे बढ़ानी है या कम करनी है. लाइक हाउ वुड यू एवर नो? हैव यू आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन टू योरसेल्फ कि हाउ टू स्केल कॉन्शियसनेस बेसिकली? Okay, so who remembers this law? Whatever gets measured gets improved. Whatever gets measured gets improved, right? Sri Padma knows that. Ram says, I don't know what I don't know, correct? Yes, you know this law, correct? Whatever gets measured gets improved. So if you want to improve your consciousness, you need to measure your consciousness. Now, how will you measure your consciousness? So here is the gift from my side. This is called as a hexago test. आपने एक personality test दिया होगा और एक disc test दिया होगा कोर्स के अंदर. This is the third test which you basically teach in ICE 2.0. But yeah, this is something also I'll give it for free, which is hexago, right? You can Google this, HEXAGO, which is hexago. The moment you Google this, you'll get a test. Open the test, fill that test, and you will basically can calculate your consciousness, because consciousness, according to science, is divided into 4 subfacets. It's into 4 subfacets. The first is organization. If you are not organized, you will never be successful, right? For all those people who ever think that hard work is the key to success, no, it's not hexagon, it's hexago. Hexago, that's it. Then comes perfectionism, the second category of consciousness. Then comes prudence, and then comes diligence. Right? These are the 4 facets of consciousness on which your success basically determines. Right? Now I'll explain each one of them in detail, don't worry. So let me cover this thing first, that what do these means. So prudence, diligence is basically hard work. Like in common language, what you say. In scientific language, hard work is called as diligence. So this is hard work. So if you see, to basically become successful, you need to, like, hard work is just 25% of the equation. Right? So if you are thinking that you are grinding every day and you are working for 12 hours, that would make you successful. I think that is wrong. Because right now in our company, जैसे मैं अगर एक की बात करूँ, then I तो work all day long. Like, there's no timing, but yeah, I work for around 8-10 hours. Urvi works for like in office 4-5 hours. Ayush works for 3 hours, 4 hours. Like we work like literally very less, not like very high number of hours that you see normal people working on. And the simple reason is because we understand this thing. And I don't make them basically kind of laborers, or me myself as laborer who is continuously working 24 hours. Because I understand that hard work is only the 25% of the equation, right? So let me give you a little example. Okay, let me explain all these things first, then I'll give you the example. The second thing is prudence. Prudence means basically the ability to make right decisions. That is what you call prudence. How nice as well as how important it is to make decisions which are right. Because if your decisions are wrong, and no matter how much hard you are working, you would always be failing. Decisions are right. Right? So that is called as prudence, and diligence is basically hard work. How many of you got the understanding of what is prudence and what is diligence? Got it. Understood. Now perfectionism. Perfectionism is nothing but double checking. Right? By perfectionism, I don't mean that you become such a perfectionist that you never complete the work. But by perfectionism, I mean double check. That means all successful people, when it's important, they know how to double check their work. Right? So let's say your ad budget is 5 lakh rupees and you are going to run Facebook ads, and you designed a creative, or let's say a video. In that video, one subtitle went wrong. Just one subtitle. Will that impact the number of sales you're getting? You spent 5 lakh rupees. Obviously it will. And it's a very minute mistake. Let's say the spelling of double check I did at CHEKC, let's say. But that thing may result into one full sale of, let's say, 15,000 rupees. That one small thing. Right? And that 15,000 loss can be basically something that you would never get because you didn't even understand the mistake. Right? So that's double checking. All successful know how to double check. In your course, let's say you gave a wrong link or anything that you didn't double check, which resulted into a big loss. The thing is, you would never even know that the loss happened because you didn't double check it. Right? So you see pilots, right? And there are 2 pilots, not one, because they don't trust one. So there are 2 pilots, and what they do, hydraulics, check, or they do engine, check, brakes, check. they do this kind of thing, right? One pilot says something and the other one says check. Why do they do that? It's because they're double checking the thing. That means what they're going is through a 6 Sigma process. That means 3 defects per million transactions. And that's why planes don't crash, because they know how to double check. They double check everything before they take off or basically land, so that the chances of error goes 0 kind of. Got it? So that is basically a perfectionism part. And then comes organization. That means how organized you are throughout your day and in every sector of your life. Organization simply means, what I can say in common language, being clear, right? Like, let's say in your conversation, you're organized. That means you're clear enough so that the person understands. On your laptop, you're organized, right? That means there is no haywireness. Like all these kind of things, that matters, right? Bill Gates, at the age of 21, founded, well structured would be a good word. So at Bill Gates at the age of 21 founded Microsoft. Right now, a very big company, and also he became the richest person on the planet for the longest time in history. Not history, but longest time, like I think 9 years, something like that. Because he was organized enough to lock himself in a room and write the whole MS-DOS code that basically is backed by Microsoft. Right? What he did was just have some yellow notepads, and he was so organized that he locked himself in a hotel room for 6 months. Had some yellow notepads. What he would used to do was wake up in the morning, write all the things down that he need to complete on that day, and then basically just keep the notepad aside and get on the work. That's it. If you can just do that for, let's say, even a year, you would be so much organized and you would have so much work done that you would not believe on yourself, right? What we do over here in our office is this thing. That means I have a whole whiteboard and I have basically all tasks written over here. Instead of the paper system where we basically use the paper to do everything, I have this whiteboard where I write everything and all of the team members know what to do. So that is what I'm following. It is organization. Right? Now let me give you an example. Let's say you want to become rich. Right? There's one guy who in 2010, let's say, started a company, and he worked very hard. He did all the things perfectly, like he double checked every work. He was very organized, and he did a lot of hard work. And in 2020, his net worth became, let's say, $2 million. Right? That's person A. The person B, in 2010, bought Bitcoin worth of $100. That was his decision, that I'll buy Bitcoin worth $100. And he was not organized. He did not double check it. He was like, I'll see what is Bitcoin. I'll just put in some money. And he was not long organized very enough. He's like, I'll just buy the Bitcoins and put them somewhere in my online wallet. And he did not do any hard work. But in 2020, his net worth was $75 million. Because in 2010, if you bought Bitcoin worth of $100, today it would be $75 million. Who won actually? The person A or person B? The person B won in terms of money. But if you see these 4 facets now, the person B was able to get these right, while the person A got this right, and this right, and still failed. That is how important prudence is. The ability to make decisions right. Because if you are running in the wrong direction, no matter how hard you run, you will always fail. Again, one more story. There was a forest, and that was a very deep forest. On this side, there was a deeper forest, right? And on this side, there was basically the city. And what happened was, there was a plane flying above, and that plane basically crashed off in the center of the desert, in the center of this jungle. And there were very long trees, like everywhere, right? And it was a very dense jungle. They all fall into the jungle, in between the jungle, and basically 6 people came out. Right? Now these 6 people decided to have 2 leaders. One was this and one was this. The leader A said, okay, what we need is a lot of machetes. Machetes means वो बड़े-बड़े चाकू जो होते हैं ना, the swords kind of thing. Or the leader A said, we need those so that we can cut all of those things and get out of the jungle. So two people joined Mr. A and said, done. And they started using the machete and they started crossing everything in their way so that they can basically get to the city. What person B did was a very good thing. He knew the concept of prudence and he made a right decision. What he did was climb up a tree and see where is basically the city. And he said that the person A was going this side. He said, person A, the city is not that side, the city is this side. No matter how hard you try, you'll always fail. And what he did was a very intelligent thing. Because if he had not done that, all those people would go deeper in the jungle and eventually would die. But this person climbed up the tree, said, oh, that is side of the city. And they all walked that side and won the game of life. Got it? This was time when you were asked to join prudence, were asked to think about prudence. Got it? How many of you got it? Right? So whatever is in your business, maybe you are choosing an agency to start your ads, or maybe you are filling the worksheets. Filling your worksheets is your ability to make a right decision, because many people skip that. Right? So having that ability to make the right decision is a very important thing. So now, no matter how hard you basically double check or be clear or do hard work, if your decisions are not right, you'll always land on the wrong spot. One more thing, this prudence thing is also comes from rewiring. That means certain people are rewired, like in their brain, to basically fail. And it is not their fault, it's basically the society's and everyone's fault to basically wire them in that way that they are meant to fail. Like no matter what they do, they are meant to fail. Have you seen any relatives of yours, or maybe neighbors or someone, people like that in your touch, who are basically trying very hard? You see them, they work a lot, but no, there is no chance of success, and you know it inside you. Like, no, this person, there's a very, 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 very minute chance that this person will ever succeed. Have you ever got this kind of person around you? So you basically know this kind of person. Now, I will not say to name them, but you basically know whom I'm talking about, right? These people who are trying their best, but you know that chances are very, very, very slim. Anyways, the reason is simple, because they are not rewired to make right decisions, and they somehow make wrong decisions, even their intention is not wrong. How can I explain that now? Okay, so what is happening is your mind has a compass, right? Understand this. Your mind has a compass. It's directing north, south, east, west, all these things. And basically, let's say that bottle is where I want to reach, right? So I take out my compass. So that's the goal setting I do, right? That's your goal setting. I want to earn 1 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever is your goal. So you set a goal. Okay, that's the bottle where I want to reach. And you take out your compass and you say, okay, so in my compass, north is that side, but actual north is that. Actual north is this, the bottle. And I take out my compass. The problem is my compass has been rewired. That means this is the actual north, but the society has rewired me, and my parents' beliefs and all these beliefs that are shoved over me the moment I'm born has rewired my brain to think, oh, that's north. And let's say I cannot see the bottle. The moment I take out my compass, I'm like, okay, I need to go north. I'm like, okay, that's north. And I start walking towards that. Like I started going back from my goal. And what is happening is the earth is having a circumference of, I think, 34,000 kilometers. And what is basically happening is let's say you were here, right? And this is your goal that you wanted to reach. According to you, this is basically true north, but according to you, this direction is north. So what you will do is basically you will take a whole like circle around the earth, and you'll come on the backside and you'll say, yeah, I reached my goal. But that is not how you win. right? Because what you're doing is you are using hard work, perfectionism, and organization. Your steps are very accurate and you're working perfectly and you're double checking your every step, that am I going right or wrong? Am I in the right angle or not? And you're having your best posture. You are being very organized. You have all your things packed to reach towards the goal and you're working very hard. Still, it would take you the longest time to reach towards the goal. But if somehow that rewiring, that means the south and north, is done correctly first, right? If you see any people achieving success at a young age, it's because their rewiring has been done correct. Kylie Jenner became billionaire at 20. Most people become a billionaire at 50, more than that. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire at 24, right? You see very young millionaires, 16-year-old, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, like my friend are there who are 18-year-old and are literally millionaire living in the US right now, right? Any person whom you see get early success, or and that's not like a bubble success, like it comes and goes. It's not like that, but you can see that they are consistently on a good path. When you see that, that means their rewiring has been done very correct rewiring, because they reach the bottle, because they first changed the south and north and they reach the bottle directly instead of going back around and going all the thing. How many of you got it what I'm trying to say? So in the rewiring part, what you do is basically you change your north to the true north, and then you take your compass out and now you basically map everything. Got it? So this is basically the 4 facets of consciousness, and these are the 4 pillars of success basically: organization, perfectionism, prudence, and diligence.
अगर ये इस टाइप की वीडियो पसंद है तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब मत करो. Click on my channel, see all the videos. If you feel like there are videos which can actually help you, then so click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for the notifications. Thank you.